Hello, you guys, and welcome to Math 92. My name is Vadim Nersesyan. I'm your facilitator, your instructor, your professor for however you want to call me for this quarter. And I'd like to go through a rundown with you guys about what you should expect from this class and what you need to be completed by Wednesday to make sure everything is running smoothly for the rest of the quarter, actually. I'm in student view now, so this is something that you would see. Here we have home, syllabus, grades, people. You will be put into groups for certain assignments. And then Google Drive, all these links are helpful, student services there. So here it goes, complete by Wednesday, by midnight. This is the video, you'll watch it, obviously. Purchase textbook and supplies. I put a link and some pictures. I'll click into it so you guys see. Here is required activity workbook and access card. There it is. And then the book is actually optional if you want that, but this activities workbook is mandatory, required, and then the access pass to the XYZ is required. You can always click next to the next module item. You'll also need to register. Here's a little rundown on how to do that. After you get your access code, you scroll down all the bottom. It's actually embedded here. You'd be able to do that right within Canvas, register for XYZ homework. I'm actually going to go back and click on home just to show you. If you click back on home, you'll get back to the entire list. So you'll register. There's also a PDF on how to enter in entries in the XYZ homework. There's information on how to see the feedback that I'll give you guys on some tests, exercises. In XYZ homework, you actually have to put in handwritten work, like as an image. And maybe you'll do that through your phone, or probably best bet is to take that picture with your phone and then upload it to your computer, and then use the Canvas on your computer to submit that homework. But I'll be giving you guys feedback on that homework, that exercise, probably one or two per exercise set, to see how you guys are writing all this down, all of your work down. And there's this reference on how to see that feedback. There's that ebook, that book that's not required for this class. It's optional. There's a course syllabus. This is like my contract with you guys. Please print it out, read it, make sure you can come back to it once in a while, probably like once every 2 weeks, to make sure you're in on the course policies, late policies especially. Here's a schedule for the fall that will help you to make sure you know when the assignments are due. It's like a checklist, basically. Clicked into it, and here's what you guys would see. All of these assignments, homework assignments, numeracy sets, group assignments, and there's the key here on what LQ, QA stands for, and so forth. Go back home here again. There is a link on reference to how I would complete the work in the class. So there's like a list basically that's been created on what you should do on each day of the week to make sure you're successful in completing everything on time. Go back home again. There are course objectives that are mapped, and there's introductions. I'm actually going to go into this one, complete introductions. You will be working in groups. So the way to figure out which group you're in, there's 3 groups in this class, and you're going to stay in that one group throughout all group work through the entire quarter. So you know who's in your group right from the get-go. To figure out which group you're in, I've created a group set. And the way you find that out is to go to people. You'll see all the people in our class here. Click on groups, and there's book activity group 1, workbook activity group 2. If you just enter in one of these, I need you to find your name here in one of these groups. Maybe I can just enter all that in so you can figure out which group you're in right now if you're looking at this video. And by figuring out which group you're in, 1, 2, or 3, that's going to make sure that you're associated with a particular Google document that is in the introductions and also in the group work activity. So I'm going to go back into the complete introductions. Now that you figured out which group you're in, click on one of these. These are linked to a Google Doc. read the directions and fill it out, and you can submit. Even though only one person will be submitting the document, you'll each be graded on it, and I will just message out which um, person is the leader on a weekly basis to that person to make sure they're submitted. Just to make sure that you guys are understanding that. And coming back to the homepage, here's our first week. There's lectures for each section and the quiz that's associated with that lecture. Here's our workbook activity 1. So you'll go in here, read the directions carefully. The first time there's a lot of directions to read. Then obviously following weeks will be a lot shorter. Scroll down. Again, you know which group you're in. Choose that Google Doc where you're going to enter in your assignments and read the directions carefully. You're basically going to do 2 of the rows in a table. Basically do 2 of the exercise sets from the workbook that you have purchased at the bookstore. And write in all of your work, the answer, comment, and you're going to submit it as a group. So make sure that 100% of the exercises are correct. There's also Q&A, ask a question, answer a question, discussions. There are numeracy sets. The point of the numeracy sets is to make sure you build math competency. So being able to do basic things in your head without a calculator. There's obviously homework sets for each of these sections. And then on some weeks I'll have study skills. On other weeks, closer to the end of the quarter, I'll have real world applications for you guys to do, or discussions about those applications, or discussions on study skills. And again, this is just a discussion about watching a video on how learning math is different to learning something else. And there's directions on how to post and reply to make sure you get your full points. I'm hoping that will increase your success in this course, and also make you aware of the learning process. So that's like week 1 right there. Week 2, same thing. It'll be opened up with a particular day. There's 3 sections that we'll go through: workbook activity, Q&A week 2, numeracy sets, homework sets, and then some 2 study skills that I've posted. You can scroll through and see all of these. There are tests. Make sure that you guys are very clear on the directions for a test. The 1.1 through 2.2 test. There's review problems as a homework assignment there that you can do, that you need to do. And those are really helpful for you to be successful on the test. And then obviously at the very bottom, there is the final review, final test part 1, final test part 2. That's a pretty quick rundown of the entire class. You probably have some questions. That's totally fine. You're welcome to message me. My hope is that you will read through all of the directions and all of the introductory attachments here before you message me with any questions. Please do that as soon as possible. Obviously, they're due by Wednesday. Going through all of this and completing this is due by Wednesday. I hope that you have an awesome quarter. I hope to be a great facilitator, and I really hope that you guys are hardworking students, making sure you are communicating clearly online, because this is a fully online class. I'm hoping you guys will enjoy the class. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.